unnecessary roughness. Still sponsored by nobody.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I gotta do my fake whistle. Whoop! Back. Bad day because the Red Sox is up 1-0 in the World Series.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah, I'm hoping. You know what's crazy? How the Yankees really live rent free in people's heads, in the Red Sox heads. They start chanting "Yankees suck" at the end of the game yesterday. Like, we've been out for the last 2 rounds.
That's because the Red Sox, they're one of them teams. Like, you remember when Warriors was playing and they was winning all them games, and Milwaukee beat them, and didn't they drop confetti or something like that? Yeah, that's what the Red Sox think of us. Cause I'm a Yankee fan, live and die. So that's teams like that. Teams with they're comfortable. Like the Boston Red Sox just want to say, but we got further than the Yankees.
Yeah.
If they lose this round right now, this year was a complete success.
Because they got further.
Because they got further than the Yankees,
and they beat the Yankees.
That's it. Because they suffer something from losing so much compared to the teams that they're compared to. Like Boston, for some reason, Boston's a storied franchise, even though they had almost a 100-year drought on no championship.
And it took Theo Epstein as GM to save them. The same GM that's
Save the Cubs.
Saved the Cubs.
He's just dropping droughts everywhere. He's going to the Browns next. He's going to the Browns.
That should be his next challenge. Like that's now the worst franchise in sports.
Yeah, I think they're actually making moves to get better. I think now they've become a team that one star think they could change. But as far as the Red Sox go, the Red Sox are just it's like still like people. The first thing people try to do to diffuse the argument is don't bring up the past. Motherfucker, 27 is 27.
Exactly. Whether I was born for it or not, they be like, yo, you keep talking about championships and you wasn't born for like 22 of them.
First of all, if the Red Sox win this year, the number of championships I was alive for the Yankees
it's still bigger.
It's still higher than what the Red Sox have that I was alive for. So
imagine only being in 11 American League Championship Series. 11.
And exactly. The Yankees live there.
Right. You have a third. The amount of ALCS appearances you have is like a third of the World Series we have.
And the crazy part is the Yankees. Like it's just crazy. Like the Yankees just even years that we're not supposed to be there. Like last year we weren't supposed to be there. Like,
exactly.
We were not supposed to get to the ALCS and lose.
Never.
We weren't supposed to get to the ALCS at all. But we got there. And that's why the Red Sox fans, they can't do it. On years that they're supposed to be disappointments, they're disappointments. On years that they're supposed to be good, they're disappointments.
Disappointments every year.
And then they win the championship. That's literally how things go. That's why they act like that. That's why when they win their one championship, every what?
The main event is here.
The champ is here. Champ is here.
I'm talking about how the Red Sox live. How the Yankees live rent-free in the Red Sox heads. Because yesterday during the game, after they beat the Dodgers in the World game, when they started chanting Yankees suck.
Oh, well, first of all, they're going to win the World Series. I'm sorry, guys. They are. I hope you're right, but they are.
Dodgers. Yasiel Puig needs one. I actually like Mookie Betts as a player in person.
Because he was on your fantasy team?
Nah, actually just the way he moves around. He's not Red Sox-y to me. Like he's not based around the Yankees.
Not a
everything
douche.
he say, like the old Red Sox with David Ortiz and them, everything seemed like it was about the Yankees. Like even when they were great,
well,
the Yankees no. Y'all are winning, we're losing. If they ask you about the Yankees, make a comment, keep it moving. It was always something extra to them. Mookie Betts doesn't have that. It's like I'm playing baseball, I ended up on the Red Sox, and I'm good. That's it. Like that's why I don't really take nothing away from him. If he gets one, he gets one. I don't. But it's just the fans and those type of people. Like, understand.
Fans suck.
No, Boston fans are insufferable. This is just a fact.
When the first thing you say about a team is, don't bring up the 27 championships, you understand you lost already, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You lost the argument on who's the better team.
If your argument is that we weren't born for most of the championships, that's
I'll be going for 5. Y'all might end up with 4.
Well, I wanna reiterate that because this is cyclical. Yeah. Remember, the beginning of 1900, the Red Sox were dominating the first 20 years. Remember, they were killing it. This is y'all last one. I'm just letting y'all know that this is the final one. and then it's gonna go to 27 more chips for the Yankees. But
If it goes to 27 more, then the Red Sox need to just change division. Matter of fact, they should just go to the National League.
remember the 1920s were the epitome of greatness for the Yankees, and y'all got to look at this team right now. This looks like we got a team for the long haul. So the
Young.
2020s might replicate the 1920s for the Yankees. So be careful, Red Sox fans. But they have a right to be excited.
Don't yell out the Yankees when they're not even playing.
But that's the thing, though. We do.
That's a
We
team
do. Yeah, we're in their
They've
head.
actually been winning championships over the last 10, 15 years. Don't make
They won
it seem
3,
like
yeah.
all y'all got to live for like before was beating the Yankees in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
and getting further than us. Because that's what it is.
When you're happy with just winning a pennant, that means your franchise just sucks.
They better win the championship.
I think they are.
They better. Because if not, we going to revisit this. And I'm going to talk shit.
They just have a great team. It's just amazing how great their team is, and
They playing great. They not.
they have. Well, I mean, they have great talent. Look, Mookie Betts is going to be the MVP.
Okay,
No, it's gonna be Michael Bradley Jr.
Who? No, I'm talking about of the season. I don't know who's good. We don't know. They just played one game. I don't know.
You've been carrying the team the entire time.
But that doesn't matter. It only matters what you do during the World Series.
They got He's gonna have to.
So it's Andrew Benintendi so far.
I think could hit anywhere would be Mookie Betts and JD
Martinez.
Yeah.
Who's probably runner-up for MVP this year.
That's it. Like that would be the only two.
Mhm.
But everybody else
I mean, but
is-
they
is
have
in
squads.
surviving
They
the
have.
round.
I mean, Benintendi's good.
They don't have a murderer's row.
Kind of do.
No. I'm not scared of anybody except those two.
Benintendi isn't a good player. I'm not telling you to be scared of him, but you acting like he's not an all-star. He's not a great player.
I don't even know him.
Andrew Benintendi, he's the guy that just scored like 4 hits last night.
I didn't watch.
I ain't watched that shit.
They only. Well, y'all were busy watching.
No, I just did
There was no NBA on last night. Why didn't y'all watch?
It was a
All
good
right, what game?
last
What game was on last
night.
night?
Pistons and the Sixers.
Come on, stop it.
Blake dropped 50.
50.
Yo, I can't believe that.
It was a good ass.
That was
no,
good.
I'm not even saying it because it's basketball. It was just a good ass game. I'm not watching
It
the
just
World
happens
Series.
to be a good game.
I would watch the World Series if the
Nah,
Red Sox weren't playing.
We hate that. I know.
I watch it if I could catch it, but
I also didn't watch the World Series last night. I decided to watch a movie. I'm gonna plug the movie. No, I'm not gonna plug the movie because they didn't sponsor us. So I saw a movie and that's it.
Was it a good movie or a bad movie?
It was good. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Comment.
Ooh, but yeah, I hate the Red Sox.
But yeah, we do have. It's just like Rangers, the Islanders. There's a spot in the Islanders' minds where it's the Rangers
Like when they do
in their
that
head.
shit.
Rangers. So we do Podvan sucks. They do Rangers sucks. So you know that we have some real estate in their head, just like Andre Drummond has some Joel Embiid in his head.
He doesn't.
Joel Embiid's great,
When
man.
you have to flop like that to get him out the game.
Hey, all NBA players flop. This is a fact. This is what they do now.
Yeah, that's how they
But they
close
don't
the
do
gap
it and
on
try to get
greatness.
the other player ejected. That's the
That's how they
difference.
close the gap on greatness
Yeah.
in the NBA. One player, if you know I can't stay in front of you, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get to a spot before you and flop.
And players don't play defense anymore.
And be like, get him out of here to the ref, and
No.
the ref really ejects him.
Nah, that's due to Joel Embiid talking shit over.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Mhm.
Now I felt like I did something, even though I didn't do much. I did enough.
2
Right.
points in overtime.
Yeah, that's what it is. Bro.
Any
Like,
turnover.
if I talk shit to you all game and then I make the move that gets you put out of the game, regardless whether it's a flop or not, I just did everything I needed to do, and my team is gonna win the game.
They lost.
But what kind of a bust
Wait,
was the Sixers lost?
Sixers lost.
But what kind of a bust
Wait,
was
so
Markel
who
Fultz?
flopped? I thought you said.
He
Drummond
said,
flopped.
nah,
And
Embiid
Embiid
Oh,
flopped.
oh, oh.
And Embiid flopped horribly. And then he flopped so horribly that the NBA rescinded the technical that they assessed on him.
But they should. They should always, you know.
Character. He's
First
kind
of all, the last 2 minutes
kinda like when Ginobili flopped.
Doesn't Rihanna owe him a date?
What's that?
She never agreed to anything.
She said when you become an all-star or when you can become all-star. No, she tweeted that.
I
Did
thought
she?
I thought he tweeted.
I don't know, whatever it was.
It's Embiid. You can
'Cause
never.
I don't think she ever
take
responded to him.
I mean, she could always take it back. How many people renege on bets all the time?
Ain't none of this shit promise. Ain't none of it promise.
But yeah, how much of a bust is Markel Fultz?
He actually was doing pretty good. And they
Why he's
got
not on your
more
fantasy
water.
team?
Because I found better point guards. Don't
Bust.
make him a bust.
He was the first overall pick. Look at who came after it. Lonzo's on the bench, but he plays pretty good minutes. And then Jason Tatum,
But nah,
who's an
he was
all-star
actually
right
playing
now.
A decent game, and they didn't play him in the fourth quarter. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, they was playing McConnell over him.
Yeah,
McConnell's
like,
better.
You
we
have to
don't
give him a
know.
chance, though.
Yeah,
I
like
feel.
we don't know if he's genuinely better. But
That's true, man.
as of right now, probably because McConnell's more adjusted to the NBA game.
Like,
Yeah.
Tatum, he got the opportunity to show people he was good because Hayward got injured.
And
NBA
Rondo.
It's
and
funny because besides
Kyrie.
the top 5 players, let me not lie. The top 10 players, everybody else is just good as the amount of shots they allow you to take.
Yeah, I agree with that.
maybe top 20.
'Cause I feel like.
And then I could
Top
agree with
20,
that.
because some of the top 10 is on some of the top 20 is on the same team.
Yeah, so
And-
messed up.
and-
You're right.
And if you look at it,
5 of the top 20
they
is on
drop
one
below
team.
every time. They,
5 of the top 5, you mean?
every time they do it, like, and somebody loses a shot, you realize they drop back.
Yeah.
Like ever since Melo met the Knicks, he's just been dropping on the thing.
And now that
Paul
LeBron is.
George is no longer top.
You talking about the 0-3 Thunder?
Yeah, the Thunder that I never expected much from. So this is not surprising.
Hey, Melo was the problem, right?
Billy Donovan has always been the problem.
The Thunder are the problem. They build teams without role players.
Westbrook is the problem.
They build quality teams. They
Westbrook.
try to build a quality team with no role players.
But that's the thing. But they all go through Westbrook. Now, he's not the only problem. He's a problem.
You know what?
There's never an only problem. Like if you got to fix a whole thing, and it's the culture of the Thunder, and they're not gonna make the playoffs this year.
Westbrook
I
has
said
to
it.
be more efficient. Is his problem. He has to be more efficient. If you're gonna score 26 points, do it on 15 shots.
Nah, he got to do it on 30.
should start
That's
counting
not
his rebounds
efficient.
and
That's what I'm
steals.
saying.
You should
That's
start
a
counting
lack
his
of
rebounds and
efficiency.
steals.
Yeah, like that.
Basically, he's stealing from the other players. They all let the back up.
And that's another thing. You're the point guard. Unless you're the only one in the area to go get the rebound, go down court, set something up.
But how else does he get his triple double?
Stop grabbing a rebound, and then
Average of
what he
33
does
triple
doesn't make
doubles.
sense.
That's what I'm saying.
You know why it doesn't make sense because you go grab the rebound and then you run past all your teammates on the floor anyway.
To score, yeah.
So it's like you might as well get down court and get the cherry pick.
Get out the way.
Well, I mean, unless I have 9 assists, then I'll wait for them to pass to them. But if I got 10 assists, I'm not gonna
Doesn't
wait.
make any sense. That's why it's like.
How else do I get my triple double? B.
Grab offensive rebound? Do that shit.
That's
on the
hard.
offensive glass.
That's hard.
Do that. You jump higher than half the people in the league. Just go get it on the offense. I'd rather you jump up there on offense and then try to get back. Since you're faster than everybody anyway.
I'm surprised on fast breaks where Westbrook is by himself. He's not just throwing it off the backboard and catching it to make sure he gets his 10. Oh no, to get rebounds.
I don't understand why people do that off the backboard anyway.
Andre Bledge
Doesn't
did that
that
one
count
time.
as a rebound and a putback? Or
I don't know what. I hope it doesn't count as anything.
Because they review the whole game. Like they have analysts to review the whole game to make
but
sure.
I don't think no more it count. Before it used to count as a rebound.
Yeah, where you just
First
threw it
off.
off the backboard and then hit it.
Remember that time
And an assist? You assisted to yourself?
Nah. That's if you assist to yourself, that's a turnover. You pass the ball to yourself.
like pass the ball off the backboard and then dunk it.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. That's why I'm saying like if it's a counts as assist, it's a turnover. But technically, it is you passing the ball to yourself if it's not counting as a rebound.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, but whatever. They'll probably make the playoffs and lose in the first round like every year while they have this team put together.
Yeah, Westbrook's not going to win the title. Neither's Harden, though, but that's not his fault.
Harden is not. He just can't beat the Warriors.
He should have been a 2-time MVP. That's what he should have been.
Who, Harden?
Yeah.
Could have been.
Could have been. I mean, shit. Who knows? Let's talk about the.
7-time MVP.
Let's talk about the little Lakers.
I like that it's sticking. Tonight. They play tonight or not?
Play Phoenix tonight.
They play Phoenix tonight. They're gonna. Oh no, they should win. They should beat Phoenix. If they don't,
Phoenix, then I don't know.
then yeah.
You know what I hate about this whole thing? People treat a 3-game losing streak in the NBA like it's a 3-game losing streak in the NFL.
No, that's stupid.
Are you worried about the Lakers?
Like, no.
It's 3 games. Let them lose 8. Go 0-8, and then I realize you can't beat anybody.
But what's the equivalent? Because I know they have like 1 game in the NFL equals maybe 10 games in the NBA.
I'm not saying go that far.
But how many games does it equal?
6 straight.
Kobe
And
said
then-
if they lose 5 straight, he's coming back.
He said unretiring.
Let them lose 6 straight games, and then talk about how they can't beat anybody. You gotta understand, there's a new team.
I mean, just lose 5 straight.
They're not getting smoked out of anybody's
That's
house.
what I'm saying.
Well, look who they played in the first 2 nights.
They played 3 playoff teams.
Well, yeah, the Spurs too. The Spurs are a little,
Banged up, but
yeah.
They still had DeRozan and Aldridge.
But the
that's
Spurs
true.
banged up don't get swept in the playoffs.
And then DeRozan had 32.
Yeah, Popovich is still the best coach.
And DeRozan had 32 and 14. Like the Spurs are decent.
Yeah, but y'all, it's because it's LeBron.
No. I just don't like.
Everything
Yeah,
under
I
a
understand
magnifying
LeBron. Oh, and then they put the stat up. He hasn't lost. He hasn't started 0-3. What's his rookie season?
Who cares?
I don't care because if he come back and win 10, now they 10-3 and they probably one of the best teams in the NBA. Like
I don't think they win 10 straight,
might
but
not,
I understand
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
like, let's say they go 9-1, 9-2.
Yeah, that's possible. Well, unless they play the
9-5,
Warriors
they're in the
sometime,
middle
and
of the pack.
Now
then
you
it's
don't play
not.
until Christmas.
Oh, they gonna smoke you.
Now they 9-5 and in the middle of the pack. It's like it's NBA. Relax.
Yeah.
Like
Just
we've
some of
had
the things that people been
teams.
saying, yo,
We've
like,
had teams like the Clippers start out at the top of the West for the first month
And then
a half,
fall off.
and then don't make the playoffs or come in the AFC.
retarded,
Like
son.
relax.
The Knicks last year had a great record, and then
Someone gonna say trade LeBron so you could get him while he still has value. What?
first of all, LeBron has a no trade clause.
And LeBron.
So does Eli. For all you guys saying we should trade
even
Eli.
If they suck, LeBron is the guy that's gonna make somebody else want to come play.
So, I don't understand.
If you trade him right now, you're back to the drawing board with nobody wanting to come play with you.
We're 0-3, so trade LeBron.
Hmm.
Makes a lot of sense.
Not Ingram. Not Lonzo.
Never trade Ingram.
Well, I mean, you trade him over LeBron.
His teammates.
First of all,
Never trade Ingram.
Ingram is
Protect him at all costs.
Can I talk about that?
Talk about it.
I'm gonna talk about that. Ingram's a coward for what he did.
Oh boy.
He's a huge coward for what he did.
So
He
Melo
waited.
won, wait.
He would.
So Melo is a coward too.
What that bitch shit he did with the Knicks? Yes, Melo's a coward for that
He
shit.
was a Knicks fan, and you wasn't saying that then.
I was saying it when he wasn't a Knick.
No, but when he became a Knick, it was.
Oh, everything changes, of course. He's on my team now.
Nah,
I'm sorry. All right, so
coward though.
all right, so listen to me. He's frustrated. I understand you frustrated. You lose into a better team. You lose into this guy that always flops. I get it. But you wait for him to turn around, walk away, and now you push him?
Because this guy is flopping, and then he complains to the ref about not calling the
Then
foul.
do it in his face. Don't he's turned around and you push him in the back?
Pushed him because he wanted smoke.
How you know
He wanted him to turn around and come back.
How I know he didn't do it from the back video?
Huh?
How I knew he pushed him from the back video?
Did Harden didn't say anything to get him to push him from the back?
Oh, you don't know, but you never know.
That's a whole different story.
It's the same story.
It's a whole different
It's the same thing.
It's like if right now me and you argue and then we come to terms, we're like, fuck it, we just gonna disagree.
And I turn
then you
around.
turn around and walk away and say, yeah, you better, bitch.
First of all,
Then you gonna push me from the
I'm
back?
gonna push you.
Ah.
Now we fighting. Now it's the
You see what I'm saying? You could have.
The game was getting chippy, first of all.
It was getting out of hand because y'all was losing.
No, we was down by 1.
Down by a
At
lot.
the time that happened.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of question the Rajon Rondo spit. Like he spit,
He did, but it
Then-
didn't look
but it
intentional.
wasn't
like.
it wasn't a.
Oh yeah, he was whistling.
I think he called him.
He was blowing his breath.
I think he called him a bitch and it came out.
Nah, I just seen.
Let me see, bitch. He was like,
Nah, it was like this. It was
doesn't show up in bitch.
It was like it looked like I'm blowing the. It was spit. Like I see
It
why
was
Chris
spit.
Paul
You
was
could
mad, but I questioned the fact that he was trying to spit
First
in
of all,
Chris
you
Paul's
sitting
face.
there, no.
Regardless of whatever your intention was, you spit on me.
Like, Chris Paul
And then I
right?
pointed in your face, right? And then you threw a punch. So obviously you were trying to get me riled up. That's what I see. Especially because I say, yo, don't spit at me, and I punch you instead of saying, yo, I ain't spit at you, bitch, or whatever like that. You decide to throw a punch.
First of all-
That's what you did.
First of all, one thing about Chris Paul, people don't.
We're gonna
Like,
get
I'm not
bleeped
gonna
out.
defend Rajon Rondo spitting.
Please don't.
But one thing
No, I
about
don't.
Chris Paul that I do not like, and I've never liked it about him his whole career, he's not chippy like that with everybody.
Well, if I don't like
He's
you,
not built like that with everybody. People could talk shit to Chris Paul all day. And Chris Paul gonna run up and down the court. But with Steph Curry and guys like that, guys he thinks he has the ability to bully. Now he's in your face. He shimmied in Chris Paul's face.
I would do the same thing.
But like
and lost.
Let it be somebody a little tougher. You're not gonna do that.
You're not doing it because he wasn't doing it to Draymond.
You're not gonna do it though. Russell Westbrook talked shit to himself like Kevin Garnett too all game.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen Chris Paul mad at him. Mind you, Westbrook is dunking on you. He going by you. He laying the ball up. All that. But you got this fire for Rajon Rondo who scored maybe 7 points.
I think it's personal, something like that. Like I think they personally don't like each other.
But I'm just saying.
And you saying something to me and me getting mad at you was different than somebody I don't like saying something to me and me getting mad at him.
Now, for instance, if me and you in a game and we talking shit, look how close he gets. Like, look how close he gets. Imagine if you backhand Rajon Rondo goes, who does that bother? Nobody.
Me. Because it spit on it.
It ain't going to go that far.
Motherfucker.
Go, especially if he wasn't attempting to spit on you. But Chris Paul, like, he's a great point guard, but I just don't like his energy. He has a weird energy where I'm picking who I think I could beat. I'm in your face because I think I can beat you. And I love Chris Paul as a basketball player. Just that part of him I do not like. Like, he's really angry at certain people. Like, he's all up chippy and light guys' faces. Like, light and weight. Like,
exactly.
They're light and weight. You're bigger than them. You feel like, and that's why he got that 2-piece. He thought Rondo. You really think like, all right, you. First of all, your reaction for getting spit on should have been the swing.
Well, I mean, everybody has different reactions. Like you said, maybe he thought.
If somebody spit on you, what you gonna do?
Yeah, that, but maybe it's.
You'll be in jail right now.
But listen. I wouldn't kill anybody for that. But listen,
You're not,
it's.
You gonna beat him up. Assault is a charge.
Yeah, but spitting on somebody is also assault. But I mean, if he got his pulped out, they'll arrest me first. But still, if I want to go out of it, maybe I thought, oh, he didn't mean to, like you said. Then no, I'm not gonna swing. I'm gonna be like, yo, don't spit at me, and I point my thing in his face or whatever. He feels the type of way. He decided to swing.
Yeah, but
maybe he should have did the same thing Paul did and put his finger in his face. I ain't spit at you, or something like that.
Cause there's certain stuff like I said, like both sides, like I feel like they both reacted. I feel like Paul should have swung first, since he got spit on.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Rondo wasn't wrong. You put your finger in my face and mush me, I'm punching you. Like, I don't care what game we play.
That's just as bad as a punch.
Like you.
But spitting's worse than a punch.
Yeah, it wasn't like this.
I don't agree.
No, he pushed his. Yeah, he pushed his.
He might as well
all right, so now we.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, a spit's worse than both of those things. I'd rather get punched in the face than spit on.
I'm saying I don't agree with Rondo's. I don't agree with the.
Let me say this. I like the suspension he got because of the spit.
If I spit on you by accident.
Exactly.
Does that change the fact that you got spit on?
No, but what I'm saying is,
on you by accident, I'm be like, yo,
my bad.
But he didn't do that.
Yeah, but before he could even, he just turned, like, literally, this is how the video go. Paul is chomping, yapping for some whatever reason.
He's in his face like this.
Whatever.
He's in his face like.
So if I'm in your face like that,
if me and you was
do I really think? Yeah, and you spit on me. No, I don't expect you.
I'm saying you don't. I'm saying you run that risk. If me and you was face to face talking like this.
Yeah. I've gotten spit on by accident by somebody that was close to me. There's you know the difference.
Yeah.
I don't attack everybody that's ever spit on me because I know the difference between a literal spit and you saying something with a hard P and something comes out.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's clearly a difference.
You know why I said I think it might have been not.
There's not a difference.
No, you know why I think. It might, I think it might have not been intentional because Paul is chomping, he's looking, he just turned, and it was like the way his mouth looked.
He's sitting there with his arms folded in front of his face.
But it looked like you might have something, and you like. That's all it looked like.
But when I turn my face away from you, because we talk. I won't do it directly at you.
If I'm like, honestly, the way Paul was talking, if I'm going to spit on Chris Paul and he's in my face like that, I'm getting it all up. Like, he's going to get the disrespect that I feel. Like,
yeah, but.
I'm not going to blow spit fumes on you. Like,
I think this is why that's why I'm really mad at Rondo because you saying it was by mistake or he didn't mean to. I think he tried to do it in a way where it looked like it was a mistake, where it looked like Chris Paul was the aggressor.
probably tried to do a Lance Stevenson move, and you talking with your mouth open, and I'm just blow air in your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
like,
First of all, LeBron should have swung at him too for that.
swung at who?
Lance Stevenson for blowing
Yeah,
it.
but
you see what
that type of play on that type of team, you can't go out for 4 games.
Nah, not in a playoff. Unlike baseball, they don't block for the playoffs.
Yeah, you can do anything you want. You just know you're gonna sit out at the beginning of the next
season. Yeah, the players union does not play. But there was no. They wanted to fight. Both of them wanted to fight. That's what I feel. They don't like each other. There was no reasoning. It was just whoever was going to throw the first punch. I feel like if I spit on you, under the law, it is assault. You can't spit on me. I could sue you. But in the same vein, it's easier to see somebody throw a fist than throw, spit.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, you run the risk of these things soon as you feel like you can get this close to somebody.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not condoning it. I'm not going to say and be like, yo, if Rondo intentionally spit on him, then he deserved to get punched back.
30 games.
Whatever they gave him.
4.
But my thing is, you run that risk.
Yeah.
Back the hell up. Yell your shit from the other side of the court like normal people do when they nervous and don't want to have it.
They wanted to fight, bro. That's what it was.
Chris Paul don't want to fight nobody.
He wanted to fight Rondo.
I don't think so.
And then, again, with Brandon Ingram, who started the whole thing,
I'm not mad at
don't push. I am, because he wasn't a part of it.
No. My thing is...
Who he threw a punch at?
My thing is he threw a punch at Chris Paul.
Why? What did Chris Paul do to him?
That's not what it's about.
That should be what it's about. That's why I can't clear the benches. In the street, that's different.
That's 3 playing basketball in the gym in a tournament, and somebody swing on you,
and you get suspended.
I'm knocking them out.
Nah, you can't do that. We gotta win.
Clean up whatever we in.
But there's the thing though. It had nothing to do with him. Like he started the whole thing. I won't. Whatever the rules are for fighting with your teammates, you can't clear the benches. They prevent that. I understand that. But he got suspended like 5 because he ain't do anything.
He didn't even.
Why didn't LeBron look bad then?
Harden didn't either.
LeBron immediately grabbed Chris Paul as soon as he got.
He grabbed Chris Paul to say no, come on, please.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight. That's his friend.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what was pissing me off. That you like, yo.
You know they friends. Like you ask him to do anything extra.
So Ingram shot no.
I'm supposed to come punch you.
No, but I just said that I'm not supposed to condone LeBron punching anybody. That's why I didn't think Ingram should have thrown a punch. Ingram would have probably got 2 games for starting the whole thing if he didn't throw a punch.
He wouldn't even broke it up if LeBron would have swung at Rondo.
Probably wouldn't have got nothing because he didn't make contact with the ref.
But he pushed James Harden.
You know how many push-ins go on?
A lot, but he started the whole brawl. It did escalate.
But if it wouldn't have escalated, if Rondo and them wouldn't have
but it did.
That, Ingram wouldn't have got no time.
But it did escalate. If he would have pushed him and nothing happened, you're right. No games. Yeah. But he pushed him and then a brawl ensued. He started the whole thing. He's going to get games.
He got games for the punch.
But he would have got less.
I doubt he would have got
2. That's what I said.
He got 3.
He got 4, 5. He got the most.
He would have got a game. He got 4.
Yeah, he got the most.
3, and the president of the Players Association got 2.
All right. You acting like Chris Paul didn't deserve the lesser crime. You acting like Chris Paul didn't deserve.
He got 1 game and he got one the same way the president of Players Association got 1 game for showing them to the locker room last year.
That I don't condone.
Okay. Because who else would know the secret tunnel unless you played there?
I'm just saying though, if he's all controller, president of the Players Association, he should have just said, "No, I'm not getting suspended."
Then why throw a punch?
And first of all, he didn't get suspended by the Players Association. He got suspended by the league. There's a difference.
It had nothing to do with that.
All I'm saying is
that had nothing to do with that.
All of the 3 of them need to learn.
Whatever.
Ingram needs to leave the ref.
Bias for the Lakers.
Ingram, the only thing I got a problem with Ingram for is getting in the ref's face.
Yeah, he shouldn't have
Don't do that.
Shouldn't have pushed Harden either. Stop being a sore loser.
Nah, they all do that.
I wish everybody.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. You should.
What? On somebody and Boston whole team used to push him.
They shouldn't do that either.
But it wasn't no tech. That's basketball.
But your boy Bynum did to J.J. Barea. He shouldn't have done that either.
That's not basketball.
I'm just saying, it's warranted because they swept y'all.
He could have killed him.
But that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be pushing people in the back regardless of what they say.
But
like, come on, it's words. Who cares?
Turn into anything. Like,
if you was up by $1 million, you wouldn't have pushed him in the back for doing what he did.
No,
I agree.
Exactly. So the only reason you pushed him like that is because you was down.
And he was flopping. One of the two.
Whatever. But
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not mad at
you're gonna lose. That's what games do. You're gonna lose.
I'm mad at Ingram for getting in his face. He didn't aim to hurt anybody. When he pushed Harden, he wanted his attention. It's not like I'm gonna go up to you and be like, "Let me argue with you, bro."
Nah, he could have screamed back at him.
Whatever, but whatever he chose to do, you say it was wrong. I don't really mind it because it's not really that big of a deal.
You're just standing there.
Started the whole thing.
I'm not mad at Ingram. I'm only mad at Ingram for getting in the ref face. Rondo, you shouldn't spit on Chris Paul. Chris Paul, stay out of people's faces. You're not built like that. It's clear cut. You're not built like that. Don't get
so it's okay for Ingram to initiate contact, but Chris Paul can't get in people's faces? I don't understand.
No, he can't. Because you don't do that.
But you push people in the back?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's different. Because, like, for instance, if Ron Artest was the one that got in Rondo's face,
I'd
be mad. Chris Paul does not do this.
But if I don't like you, I'm going to treat you differently than I treat other people. It's just a fact.
But my thing is, if you okay with me sliding up this close to me, I could have.
And the brawl started.
The same amount of spit that came out of his mouth like this could have came out if I said, "Yo, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, and it would have been different. He wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah. So
one is intentional, the other one's not.
Whatever, but you came up in my face, so you should feel the way about
it. But everybody was up in other. The brawl started because of Ingram. You acting like they just went up to each other. They hugged up together. There was everybody on the court all hugged up together.
Yeah, it's not a brawl. Malice in the Palace was a brawl.
But I'm saying though, there was a bunch of people hugging up together, pushing up each other. It wasn't just like Paul just went up in Rondo's face for no reason.
True. How did he get over there?
He was over because the melee ensued already after Brandon Ingram pushed Harden.
Brandon Ingram was at half court.
They all ran up. It's all right. The court's not that big.
When Chris Paul and Rondo started, Brandon Ingram was at half court.
No, he was in the right, almost like 2 feet away from the basket. Because he did it right after.
No, because he ran from half court and punched Chris Paul. He ran from behind him.
Because he left.
Yeah, I'm saying after Ingram got separated, he was able to get.
They were all together by the time that happened.
No, he was damn near half court, and then
they took him away.
Chris Paul did this, and
but they did that like 2 feet away from the basket.
Chris Paul and Rondo.
Yeah, but Ingram pushed Harden 2 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, and then, but I'm saying,
and that's when it started. It didn't die.
Yes, it did.
No way did it die.
They separated Ingram. Rondo was standing.
Ingram but they all went together.
No, this is my thing, right? You can't ad-lib Chris Paul getting in Rondo's face. You can't. It's wrong because Rondo's standing there like this, looking toward the bench. It's not like we joined back and forth.
We're going to have to see the video because they were all together. It didn't end and then Chris Paul just went to his face.
Video of them fighting. Rondo's looking at the bench like this. Chris Paul is like this, chatting. The fuck out.
Because they all together in the.
But I'm saying, before they started fighting, when they started fighting, Brandon Ingram had to come from half court
because he already left.
Yeah, it's over.
But it was because they all went together.
Else was talking, but Chris Paul was talking around.
Nah, there was a bunch of people surrounded.
No, bro, I'm telling you.
We're gonna have to pull up the video because there's no way.
Melo was standing there. LeBron was behind Rondo. That was it.
I'm gonna need you to show the video on the big board because there's no way we both remembering this thing this wildly different.
Because look, Lance Stevenson was at the 3-point line.
Lance Stevenson was the one that pulled him away.
Lonzo Ball was past half court, and Ingram was not too far from Lonzo Ball.
Look,
the 3 Lakers was gone.
Put a video on the picture.
That means LeBron and Rondo's the only two here. And
it was more than just Chris Paul and Rondo together.
No, because Melo was standing there.
I can see it now.
You're going to have to put this on the big board. And that's the push.
The push.
And now look, they all together.
Yeah, but I'm
now
saying,
look at Lance Stevenson take him away.
They split up.
He left, but that has nothing to do with them.
Look at everybody else.
They all together.
Look at Chris Paul getting his face immediately.
But they all together. You acting like Chris Paul came out of nowhere.
But I'm saying
they never left.
Chris Paul, how did it get to Rondo?
Because Rondo's standing right there.
Saying nothing.
He's not saying anything.
But look at it. Continue the video.
So you're ad-libbing the fact that it's okay for me to walk up in your face because I don't like you outside of basketball.
No, it's not okay.
Exactly. So stay the fuck out of my
So
face.
look, they both jawing at each other.
But then Rondo's like looking calm, standing there. Chris Paul gets closer.
They both there. Look. And now they walk away. But Chris Paul and Rondo are still together.
Exactly. That's all Chris Paul. Chris Paul started that.
Oh, nah. Ingram started that. Ingram started. How did Chris Paul start? If Ingram never did what he did, Chris Paul and Rondo would have never been jawing at each other. Same situation.
What did they have to argue about?
What just happened?
Then you telling me Chris Paul, who was yelling at the ref when it all went down after he pushed him, walked over to Rondo and said, "Come on."
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Come on. Unreal. They were both jawing at each other.
They was. The game was chippy.
That's what I'm saying. So how can you separate the two different scenarios?
Saying, right?
It's all one scene.
You got to look at the whole thing. Rondo was standing somewhere. Rondo was walking around underneath the basket.
Draw this thing on the thing, Fred. Rondo's underneath the basket.
Yeah. Chris Paul's arguing with the ref by the 3-point line.
Yeah.
How the hell you get under the basket?
Because it ensued. He was arguing with the ref before the push.
Yes.
And once the push happened, because he was arguing, saying, "Yo, it was a continuation," which it wasn't.
The thing is, right? If you got all that energy, the same way Brandon Ingram came and threw a punch at Chris Paul, why Chris Paul energy wasn't aimed toward Brandon Ingram? Brandon Ingram is the problem.
If I'm mad at somebody else, I'm not thinking clearly. But it all stems from the same situation. It was Brandon Ingram started it.
Chris Paul started to him and Rondo.
No, because if Brandon Ingram never did that, Chris Paul, they don't. No, but then that would be a separate situation.
No, but I can't give Brandon Ingram James Harden didn't have that energy toward Brandon Ingram. And Brandon Ingram,
James Harden shouldn't be fighting. He's a superstar.
What? That got to do with anything? I'm from the hood. You from the hood. James Harden is from L.A.
That don't matter. If I'm from the hood and I'm a superstar, I'm not fighting. I'm from the hood. I'm a superstar. I'm not fighting.
If you're the best player on our team and somebody push you and they spit on you or whatever.
My enforcer's supposed to fight, not me.
Yeah, they're supposed to, but if they not there and you swing, you swinging.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
James Harden.
It depends on the type of guy. Sometimes I might take a hit. I might walk away and let my. Yeah, you never know.
It's never gonna cause a fight.
It did. It did just now. It just did.
Chris Paul had all his pent up aggression and came toward Rondo with
and it erupted.
Whatever that hot energy. But I'm saying if Chris Paul would have been a regular player in this situation and just went to his bench after everything settled instead of talking to somebody who he blatantly doesn't like.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Then it wouldn't have been no fight. But because you up in my face, first of all, like I said, Chris Paul has this hot energy where he thinks he could really talk to certain people a certain type of way.
There's a lot of people like that.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
But Chris Paul's one of them.
Yeah, but just because I'm like that does not mean I started the whole thing.
You didn't start the whole thing. He started the Rondo and Chris Paul saga of this.
If I'm jawing in your face,
that's like
you can't spit on me. You get what I mean? And then if you spit on me and I poke you in the, I'm not saying Rondo started it either. That's not what I'm saying.
It would be different if Rondo gave Chris Paul a hard foul and then it got chippy like that. Anytime we not even tangled up, but you there in my face, you in the wrong person's face. Go talk to Brandon Ingram.
Exactly.
Go talk to Brandon Ingram. If you in my face now, you causing a problem for me. I don't want to deal with you. I didn't do nothing to you.
I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if I'm getting attacked all game, I don't know what's happening all game. Yeah. I don't know Chris Paul's mindset. For some reason, he don't like Rondo.
They don't like each other.
I'm going to, I will approach you if the situation arises. So you getting chippy, I'll take the opportunity too. But how do you know Rondo didn't take the opportunity either? You get what I mean?
What I'm saying is where Rondo was. Chris Paul came to where Rondo was.
I mean, Ingram pushed James Harden in the back. Why?
But
you get what I mean?
This is the thing. Rondo's on the left side of the court, underneath the basket. Chris Paul's on the right side on the 3-point line. So even if you came to break them up, y'all on opposite sides of the scuffle. How do you get to the left side of the court under the basket arguing with Rondo?
But let me ask you,
looking for him.
But how many times do people jaw? But hey, I don't think anybody deserves anything. But what I'm saying is, if I'm jawing at you all game, what makes this time different? They jawing at each other all game, right? It was chippy the whole game. What makes this time different? I approach you, I jaw in your face. What makes this time different?
Because this time, literally, look how Chris Paul was approached. Chris Paul wasn't jawing from back here. Yo, we talking shit playing offense and defense.
They ain't at each other's face all night.
Right here, like.
That's
another.
And then he approached him too.
That's another problem.
If you look, that's all. He's not the only person that does that. So if I jaw in your face, you have the right to punch me in the face. That's what you're saying.
No, but I'm saying the way Chris Paul does it is a lot
That
different
makes
from
him the
regular
aggressor.
NBA. Like,
Not really.
Like when
Getting
people
in somebody's face doesn't make you the aggressor.
Isn't a crime.
But you're the aggressor.
If I'm jawing in your face and you hit me and I do nothing else, who's getting suspended?
Me.
That's what I'm saying.
But that don't
it's
mean
different.
That don't mean that you didn't start it. That's all I'm saying. Chris Paul started that situation. You're giving it to Brandon Ingram.
I am. Yes.
I'm saying that the two situations
is separate.
It was enough of
a time difference. I can't.
Where if Brandon Ingram is not involved in the situation,
damn near on
he
the
had
bench.
to come back.
Brandon Ingram, when it happened, they all gathered together. Brandon Ingram was already out of it. It's the same situation. It's not different. It's not two different scenes. No. It stemmed from the same scene.
The reason why I'm saying everybody had enough time to split and walk away.
They did. But they didn't.
But what you did was you took the time to say, "Oh, I don't like you. Let me do this."
Yeah.
You caused it.
But it's part of the same situation.
But you caused it.
I contributed, but I didn't cause it.
You caused it. You did.
No way.
To me, you caused it.
Because if Brandon Ingram never pushed him, this would have never happened.
Because my thing is, if we gotta break it down, I'm breaking it down like, all right, you saying it like this, right? But if we outside in the street and this happens, let's not even like street hood. The cops come. Brandon Ingram's not going to jail. It's me and you because we fought.
Nah, Brandon Ingram's going to jail.
He's not going to jail.
All he did was
push harder.
You can't do that.
If I push you in the street, I'm not going to jail.
No. But if you incite a brawl, if I push you and then a brawl starts, because of that, I go to jail. Yes.
But that's not a brawl. That's two people who don't like each other taking the situation and using it as a reason to clash. The way it looks, if you and me don't like each other, and Fred gets into something, and we come together, and you take the need for that situation, say, "Oh, I'm close to him." Yo, you ain't shit. Da da da.
It's the same situation.
That's not you.
It's exactly the same situation. If Fred,
he did not incite a brawl.
If Fred started
to part,
but it didn't though. They were together. Brandon Ingram was moved away from the situation. That's different.
If I push your mans and go around the corner, right, and then you take the opportunity to go press him.
If you push my mans and then some of my mans and three of your mans approach because you pushed me, it's the same thing.
It's not fighting though.
That's why all of them didn't get suspended.
Literally, everybody's breaking it up.
But remember, they didn't start fighting until Rondo spit on Paul.
Except for Chris Paul. If Chris Paul had to get close enough for Rondo to spit on him.
The only difference between the other Rockets not getting in trouble on the same district or the other Lakers not getting in trouble is because their situations didn't stem further than Rondo and Paul's did. They were all together.
What others?
There were no other situations.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
But they were all together. As in the video, they all converged together. There was more than just three guys.
Three of these guys is friends.
What does that have to do with anything?
Those was the three closest to the situation. Chris Paul, who started it. Melo was standing behind Chris Paul. And LeBron was standing behind Rondo.
There was more than just those three guys.
Yeah, Gordon was standing a little further back.
There was a bunch of dudes.
He was standing behind Melo. And then
Harden was there.
Walking around under the basket. Whatever he was doing.
I'm saying, but the only people that were removed from the situation were Brandon Ingram and two people that moved Brandon Ingram. That's it. Those are the only three people that removed themselves from the situation. Everybody else was still in the same situation. They didn't disperse. Because just because one party, the party that started left, doesn't mean the situation is resolved.
And Ingram is not under the basket arguing.
They all join at each other.
Harden is over here by the
Harden had none of Harden didn't do anything wrong.
This is the situation. The beginning situation is Harden and Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Harden is under the basket arguing.
Yeah.
Even if they join, over here under the basket by the corner. Ingram is by half court.
Yeah, but that's after. It's still the same situation.
Rondo and him fought. That's before they fought.
It's before they fought, but it's still the same situation.
How? They're not even arguing about them fighting.
I don't think I can separate two separate situations because the person that started it left. It's the same situation to me.
I mean, and that's
what
agree to disagree.
That's basically what here because we got to move on to another topic.
to me, it's a space. It's just they're gone. Like, now, whatever you got to say to me is now because you want to say something to me. It has nothing to do with what just went on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we're on opposite teams. You don't like me. That's why Chris Paul is here. Because you don't like me. Maybe something been going on all game, and you felt like this is a situation that gives you the right to talk. So you got that two-piece.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would have happened anyway.
Yeah, they was gonna fight.
Eventually.
I feel like it was gonna happen anyway. It might even happen during that game. Was 4 minutes left in a 1-point game.
Or the next game, I don't know.
Like, it's just a certain energy.
Them
Chris Paul
two don't like each other.
Yeah.
It's just a certain energy Chris Paul kind of gave off to me ever since he got to the Clippers. He's just extra strong with certain people.
I can't.
You know Steph Curry not gonna do none of that. Steph Curry's not fighting nobody.
No.
But
he's the me.
Steph Curry is one of them people who Chris Paul is often in his face.
Yeah. I can't let other people be blameless here.
No, they're not. I just don't get. They got their blame in their own situations, but I don't like I said, Ingram shouldn't have been in the ref face. Like, he got his blame for his thing. Harden is not blamed for nothing.
What did Harden do?
The 3 people who got suspended are the 3 to blame.
The only 3 that should have got suspended. Yeah.
So I'm not mad at the suspensions. Like, whether
they were
Rondo
fair.
spit or not, he threw a punch. In the NBA, that's a suspension.
Yeah,
Regardless.
easy.
I don't know if they expect
Whether Ingram started it or not, he threw a punch. That's
Yeah,
it.
he threw a punch. And Chris Paul and Rondo had their situation.
Mhm.
They all deserve suspensions. Like,
Yeah.
nobody. Mike D'Antoni talking about Chris Paul shouldn't have got suspended.
That's his guy. You can't.
Uppercut.
That's ludicrous.
You can't. But you can't. He's biased. You know that.
Understood, but he threw a punch. That's
course he's
clear cut.
biased.
in the league.
Why?
That's clear
Were you
cut.
mad at him saying he shouldn't have deserved suspension?
My thing is that's clear cut. You shouldn't have said anything. You just say he's going to take the suspension.
Pretty sure he was asked.
Yeah.
He wasn't asked, does Chris Paul deserve a suspension?
He probably asked what happened. I don't know. You know how reporters are stupid. They asking crazy ass
My
questions.
thing is, it's clear. He threw a punch.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm always gonna defend my guy. You know,
Yeah,
regardless of whether he's wrong or not.
It's just then when Chris Paul does something extra and somebody punches him, oh, what did you expect? No, you're not gonna say that. You're gonna say Chris Paul didn't do that.
Mm.
That's different. Like it's clear. It's clear. Everything is clear. They done zoomed in and seen the little spit particles coming out Rondo mouth. Show both dudes land punches. Everybody deserves a suspension. It is what it is. They say there's no place in the NBA for that. So
0.
everybody deserves.
That's 100%. That's a fact. There is no place in the
Brandon
NBA for that.
Ingram getting
4 games.
4 games. I feel like he should have got probably the same thing Rondo got.
Because you don't think he started it. I think it came. Yeah, I think it comes from the league thinking he started the whole situation.
The only way I could look at it is if they say, "Oh, look where he came from to throw his punch."
And yeah, he was nowhere near the situation.
That's
either.
different.
And they do that because what you call it?
Because of Melo.
No, because it was
Melo got 15 games for coming down court and throwing 1 punch.
And that shit that
No, but
happened-
it,
and that
in
shit
the
that happened with Rudy
Palace in the Palace.
No,
That
shit
too.
That happened with Rudy Tomjanovich.
What's that?
Where he got punched in the face and almost died.
Oh yeah, nah, you can. Like, you think, I just
Nah,
punched somebody. You could kill somebody by punching them in the face. It's just.
The punch Ingram thrown was a lot more. It was a lot more force behind. I think,
Yeah, no, because he was able to cock back. The other two,
he had mad force.
like we gonna make fun of Chris Paul getting 2-piece, but let's be honest, those punches probably didn't really even connect. Brandon Ingram's, yeah. No, but there's a difference between me, hitting you and scraping your face and then like pure connecting, yeah. And I think it's more of he did get 2-piece, but I think it was more of the 2 pieces were like brush offs or something like that because you saw Chris Paul was moving back.
Yeah, he threw a punch back.
Mm-hmm.
He got hit, threw a punch back. I think Rondo actually got the extra game because of they seen the spit.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at because, like I said, spitting is something you supposed to die for. Like, you spit on me.
Yeah, that's ultimate disrespect.
Pulpit, casket, pallbearers. I'm just letting you know.
Not open. Ain't gonna be no open casket.
Ain't gonna be. You ain't even gonna be in there. They just gonna have you. They gonna. Have
He gonna be dust.
Symbolism, but I just feel like in that situation, Chris Paul is not blameless.
Mm-hmm.
I give him.
No, I agree with you on that one. He's not blameless.
To me, personally, I feel like if he would have just kept his cool ahead,
Mm-hmm.
the actual beginning issue was split up.
Yeah.
Rematch is December 13th.
Rondo has a history of somebody who's gonna be like, yeah, that's why we. He's not.
He's gonna swing. Yeah.
He's a quiet shit talker, so it's like you had to get close to hear anything he said.
Mm-hmm.
Just better yet, y'all stay away from each other. Like fight after the game.
Like Melo.
Meet up
No
somewhere
doubt.
in the field, like
for the bus.
like they used to in Monalto.
Right outside.
Outside the campus and brawl it out. Get it over with. Then go have drinks.
Yeah. Well, no.
Or talk about NBA finals.
Oh no, are we leaving the NBA forever? Or we going to another sport now, right?
Yes.
I love the NBA. I'm not gonna lie. I got the best fantasy team out of all three of us in our NBA fantasy. I know people hate talking about fantasy teams, so I just want to bring this up, and I'm gonna get like 76 fantasy points, but in both leagues, I'm projected to get over 140 fantasy points. This is just insane in fantasy football. Yeah.
I don't even care.
Trade me DeAndre Hopkins. No. Trade me Saquon Barkley in another league.
I don't know. I'm not trading Saquon Barkley ever.
This guy will not.
But you can't keep him, and you out.
Why would I? Okay.
Because you could contribute to. Okay, you're right.
Enough points.
I do. It's crazy. It's crazy how but I'm afraid, and I have Todd Gurley in this league, Fred, and I'm less afraid for you in this one. He's not gonna be playing after week 13.
Playing at all after week 13.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
That's why I got
They still
Tyreek
undefeated,
Cohen
right?
and TJ Yeldon.
Yeah, 7-0. In the NFC, their next the person with the next best record is 5-1.
It's not even a matter of if they're gonna
5-2.
It's not even a matter of if they're gonna win anymore. It's how much are they gonna win by? Like,
They're gonna lose eventually though, and I'm gonna pick the game. It's going to be.
Chiefs. Don't say Chiefs because they're gonna beat the Chiefs. They're gonna come to play that.
Do they play? I don't think they play the Chiefs.
They play the Chiefs on Sunday night. I think it's either Sunday night or Monday night.
No, it's not the Chiefs. It's gonna be. Okay, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Chargers.
No, they lost to the Chargers. They beat the Chargers already. It's going to either be the Seahawks or the 49ers that beat them. I know.
They play the 49ers already?
They play them twice.
Oh, yeah.
And they already played the Seahawks too. It's going to be one of those two division. Who else is in that division? Nah, they're not beating them. Arizona's going to sweat. But it's going to be one of those two.
We have a full roster?
Yeah, it's going to be some BS that happens. Like the Vikings losing to Buffalo. It's going to happen. It's going to be one of those two teams. They're going to break everybody's pools, everybody's bets. It's going to happen. Matter of fact, the Seahawks should have beaten them the first game. I'm sorry, bro.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
Nah, but
Get him out of here.
you have pieces to build around. Like Aaron Rodgers is going to be there for 3 more years. You got your quarterback. You're good. Then you have DeAndre Hopkins, who's a good, solid receiver. I believe those two are probably the only people you hold on to, and then you try to have a full fire sale with everybody else. Try to get first-round picks. I'm not telling you how to run your team. You just, however you decide to do it. This is what I would do. Like what I did the first year where I tanked completely. I was like, all right, these are the guys I'm not moving regardless, and then I'm selling things off.
Who'd you trade?
To you? Todd Gurley. I still don't regret that trade though because
I think at the time it made sense because that was the year Todd Gurley sucked.
And not only that, I have one of the best teams in our dynasty league because of that.
I got a better running back, a guy who's been performing better on my bench.
Who?
Running back, Mac for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, you could. Do you think that's a good trade chip so that you can get a? Would you trade him for a first round pick next year?
Who, Mac?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see how he performs.
Gruden would.
How he
Gruden loves trading Max.
Yeah. Khalil Mack and Matt Cooper.
Fire sale. No, I think I'm not afraid about Todd Gurley because I got Yeldon and Cohen, who have been two.
Well, Yeldon's not going to be the starter. Because think about it, Fournette's coming back. They have Carlos Hyde. It's a bunch of things where I wouldn't count on TJ Yeldon. But you have other running backs, right?
I think so.
Cohen you could trade for a running back, try to get.
I don't feel the need to do that.
Okay.
There's no only person I really trade. I'm not really sure I would trade anybody, because I like everybody on my team.
Yeah.
Plus I got McKinnon, but he's injured.
Yeah.
Gordon, I really don't want to get rid of him. Oh, I got Nick Chubb too, so.
Oh yeah, Nick Chubb was a good pick. Well, how long did you have Nick Chubb for?
Like 2 weeks.
Oh, so you've been at him.
Because I knew they was gonna get rid of Hyde.
Yeah, eventually.
I knew they was eventually gonna get rid of Hyde. So No, Browns.
49, the Browns, yeah. They passed them to the Jaguars.
They don't win enough games for him to be quality.
Exactly. So you might as well just got rid of him. Let's talk about the Raiders, though.
Yeah.
John Gruden. I mean, goddamn, son. You got. I really feel bad for Raiders fans. They got to deal with 10 years of this shit.
Are you mad about the Cooper trade?
No, because Jerry Jones completely overpaid. Completely overpaid.
So if he didn't do the Mac trade, let's say they still had Khalil Mack, right? They wouldn't be that much better. They'd probably win one game maybe. And they did the Cooper trade. Would you be mad?
If they still had Mac?
It would depend on what their record is.
2-5. Because it's not
2-5, no.
No, they're 1-5. One is, yeah, they just had their bye. 1-5. They would be 2-4. Yeah.
And they trade Cooper.
Yeah.
For a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You wouldn't be mad, right? So you're mad.
Overpaid. I'm mad at the way the team is just being run as a whole. First of all, like it seems like he's losing. Them.
I'm mad at the fact that this team was in the playoffs, one of the best records in the league 2 years ago, and hasn't been able to recapture that since.
Nope.
And hasn't had much changes in the team, so
nope.
that doesn't make any sense. Something's not right.
It's Gruden.
Well, it wasn't Gruden last year.
So
they weren't good last year either.
Setup. Somebody's not doing something, or the team, the players are just not focused. Whatever the case is, the Raiders make me mad.
Not only that, when they were 12-4, you did. And remember they was 12-4, and they got better by getting a Marshawn Lynch. They didn't get worse. So I don't understand exactly what happened either. It just goes to show that the NFL is just.
I can tell you what changed. They gave Derek Carr that money.
And that's the thing. You have to give. And this is what's going to happen to the Rams. It's going to happen to the Eagles. And the Eagles suck now. But it's going to happen to the Eagles. It's going to happen to.
Goff is on his rookie contract for a minute now, though, right?
He got 2 more years of it. Yeah. And then you got to pay him.
You got to pay him in 2 years.
But I'm saying it's going to happen. It happened to the Seahawks. It happened to the 49ers. It happened to. Name a team. It happened to the Packers. When has the Packers really made noise since Aaron Rodgers got paid a whole boatload of money? It happened to the Ravens.
Don't they have a first-round pick next year, too?
Who?
I mean, don't they have a high first-round pick next year, too, the Raiders?
Yes. They're going to get a high first-round pick. The Cowboys. But here's the thing. If you draft Tua, that means Carr's gone. Which, if that happens, I want the Giants to get Carr. Because I think Carr's a pretty good quarterback. Yeah. And then we could get Nick Bosa. but yeah, his GM moves. But like I'm saying, I lost my. When you have to pay a quarterback, Peyton won after he got a new contract, but it wasn't the massive contract he's used to. Brady won after getting a new contract, but he always takes less. Eli and Drew Brees took less. If you look at the cap hit for that year, they won the Super Bowl. Drew Brees make like $6 million. Like, someone said Drew Brees won it. Eli Manning is the only one. And I'm not saying Eli Manning is great because of it. I'm saying it's almost impossible if you're paying 20% of your cap on a quarterback to field a winning Super Bowl product. Look at the teams that won. The Patriots. Brady took less. The Eagles. They had 2 quarterbacks making less than most of the league's one starting quarterback. It's hard when 20% of your cap goes to the quarterback. So, like I'm saying, you should have a capless spot that goes to whoever you want.
They're going to have to pay Gurley, too. Oh, you know they're going to have to pay Gurley.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Didn't they already pay Gurley? They already paid Gurley.
Well,
Gurley's already.
Oh, yeah, he did get a new contract.
Would be mad. Would be mad if like a player, great quarterback came in and just wasn't taking the max like on purpose.
Like Brady?
Constantly win, yeah. Like if more
people are already mad at Brady. Oh, more. I would not recommend for the Players Association that happens, because you're artificially driving down costs by doing that. I hate the fact that they have to do that. Like, most of these quarterbacks aren't Brady. They aren't going to have endorsements outside like that.
What is the cap right now?
I don't know the top number off my head, but it's pretty high.
200?
Let's say, all right, so a $25 million quarterback is 20, so let's say close to 200, something like that, yeah.
So you suppose if you're paying a quarter, it's 52-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback is taking 20%, so 80% is being split amongst 51 other players?
Yeah.
That's unreal.
That's the market. That's what it. But that's why I'm trying to pull out a solution where you keep the quarterback or designated player, whoever you want, out of the player pool because it makes it. Whoever has a great rookie quarterback.
I'm trying to think about that's really unrealistic.
What I'm saying?
Raise the cap and lower the percentage that one player can have. Like,
if you raise the cap, the percentage, because they don't choose to give them 20%. They choose based off the market value, what they're willing to make, or you lose the quarterback. So what happened with Kirk Cousins? Mm-hmm. You're going to lose him if you don't pay him what he wants. Same thing. You have to pay Matt Stafford a boatload of money despite the fact that he hasn't done anything. You have to pay Derek Carr a boatload of money despite the fact that he hasn't done anything.
Pretty soon, the best way to win will be to try to draft the quarterback and have him fit into
for 4 years. But isn't that what's happening? Didn't that happen with the Eagles? Isn't that going to happen with the Rams when they eventually make it to the NFC Championship game this year?
Can't say for sure. They're pretty good last year.
Unless you're Brady and take less. The fact that Brady, and I'm not here to toot Brady's horn, did this for so long is a testament because he took less. That's the only reason why.
People like Rodgers, them faces of the league, would take less because you're getting outside money.
Rodgers is definitely getting outside money. I don't understand why he doesn't take less.
Brady is too with Gillette.
But he takes less. Rodgers doesn't.
Manning did because he was getting after he won the first Super Bowl, like
he was in 50% of all commercials.
Yeah, like after he won the Super Bowl, he just became a superstar out of nowhere. Like he's Papa John's, rest in peace. Saturday Night Live hosting, like he's just doing all this shit.
But that's Manning, and Manning. Don't get me wrong, Manning was still making his 15. There's like $20 million a year, but
a lot more than me.
But he did it in a way where most of it was a signing bonus, most of it didn't go on, and most of it was like incentive based where it doesn't count against the cap. He did it in a way where, and he just came off neck surgery where it wasn't wise for him to do that. But he did it because he was like, I want to throw to Demaryius. I want to throw to Emmanuel Sanders. I want to be able to have all these weapons and this great offensive line and this defense to hook me up because I want to win.
Wasn't Von Miller still on a rookie contract when the Broncos won?
Yeah.
So that also made it possible too.
But
They was paying the other dude.
Yeah, they were paying Akib Talib. They were paying
dude on the line when they first got there. Was that DeMarcus Ware?
Elvis Dumervil. There was people getting paid. DeMarcus Lawrence was getting paid. Not DeMarcus Lawrence. D. Ware. DeMarcus Ware was getting paid.
And then Von Miller wasn't really the person he was, the player he was now.
He was Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great player.
I'm saying he didn't have that status.
But that's the thing I'm saying. You need that because even if you just raise the cap, all it's gonna do is artificially raise everybody's. It's not gonna raise everyone else's but the quarterback.
They need to put, I don't know. They need to do something because quarterbacks are getting too much.
Why do we need a cap in the NFL? I don't understand why we need a cap in the NFL. The NBA we need a cap.
But to me,
because all we'll have is a super team of like 30 people. Like your bench will be able to be able.
People like Patrick Beverly making $70 million a year.
It's insane.
Not $70 million.
A contract, $70 million.
Yeah. Steph Curry make like $70 million a year.
Yeah, no, it's $45 million or something like that. It's up there.
His was 202 over how much?
Well, the highest is Harden, who has 56 or something like that. Westbrook has like 52. If you don't pay him, he's gonna leave.
And we're gonna go lose to the Warriors from somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's not just about winning championships. It's about getting people to come to your stadium. Like only one person wins the championship every year. You want to win. You want to keep your financials up. Like not everybody's dumb like Knicks fans who just show up despite the product. Hate Knicks fans. I talked to y'all about one of our mutual friends. I tried to agree with him and then he just went left. I'll tell you after the pod.
After the show.
Yeah.
Bro knows.
Stop it. We got one more topic, man.
Nah, I gotta get out of here.
We gotta get out of here. Eli, I'm still with you. State of the Giants isn't that well. We'll talk about it next week after we lose to the Redskins. But we can't trade. We didn't trade the wrong Eli. You can't trade somebody that has a no trade clause. So I like the rebuild. I like what we're doing. Let's see, Snacks. We lost money off him. We don't have to repay Nate Soldier. There's a lot of things we could do in the offseason, and I'm hearing we haven't stopped yet. The Giants might continue to trade people off that defense. Just don't trade Landon Collins.
Landon Collins next.
He need no. If we don't get
For
3 first-round picks,
first rounders.
3.
2.
Well, let's hit up the Raiders.
Let's say,
They got a bunch of first-round picks they could trade.
you never know who he get next from the Raiders.
Derek Carr.
Maybe.
Well, they're gonna cut him. He's gonna be whatever. So let's go get pizza.
Plugs.
Oh, the Giants was my plug.
Uh-oh.
I'm still with you, Eli.
About to be sponsored by Patron.
I'm gonna talk to y'all about. Can you give me some time next podcast to make a love letter to Eli? He's my only quarterback, guys. Y'all have all had multiple quarterbacks. Eli was my only quarterback since 2005. Peyton, Brock Osweiler, Case Keenum. Broncos are your team, right?
No.
You don't have a team?
No, I don't have a team.
Oh, and Bill I do have a plug. Bill Simmons, the great Bill Simmons, I'm gonna plug him. Had a rule. Had a bunch of rules for being a fan that of how to get away from a team and fandom like that. I feel like it's a little outdated based off the I need to follow a team player climate. I'm gonna revise that list for people who decide to follow players instead of teams and rules of fandom. And I'll let these guys judge it and whether they like it or not.
If I don't like it, it's really gonna be fuck Bill Simmons.
Thank you. I don't get blamed. But yeah, you don't have a football team right now?
I'm going with the Broncos, but that's
So they're your quarterbacks until you switch.
then technically then wouldn't Andrew Luck be my quarterback too?
No, because you left as soon as Peyton left. You left. That's in my mind. And Peyton left before they drafted Luck. But Dan Orlovsky, that's your quarterback.
Dan Orlovsky.
He was the Colts starting quarterback. 2 of 14. Well, you had multiple quarterbacks that year, so.
Then you had Davis Webb.
No, I didn't. I had bum ass Geno Smith. I didn't watch that game. I wasn't a Giants fan for that game.
You had more than one quarterback.
And there were other people that played for the Giants, but realistically, like for the years, I've only had one. And it
If I got Dan Orlovsky, then you got Davis Webb.
I was kidding about Dan Orlovsky.
Davis Webb.
But I mean, you had a year of Dan Orlovsky. I had one game of Geno Smith. No, I'm gonna write a love letter. I'm also writing a love letter to Eli because he's my only quarterback. He was my only quarterback for so far. I didn't cheer for Geno. I didn't watch that game. No, I didn't. I promise you that. No, he got benched the day of, and I was like, I'm not watching. Because if he would have benched him for Davis Webb, nah, he was taken out at halftime against the Vikings when we already clinched playoff for him. Jared Lorenzen.
That's your quarterback.
He's a Super Bowl champion, so
Wow.
he won.
With
He was on the team.
Yeah, that's your quarterback though. You had 3.
He's switching shit up. I don't understand why he's doing that. It's more than 3 if we're using that dumbass logic. Dan Orlovsky started the game and ended the game for the Colts.
I didn't even watch football.
You had to. Yes, you did. You saw my team win. You saw my team win the Super Bowl. How dare you? How dare you?
You throw the party that year?
No.
Yes, you did. So where did I see the Giants win the Super
I don't know. You saw them win. No.
I did see it with you.
Giants
Second one or
all
first
day.
one?
Second one.
I did see it.
First one, Fred saw with me. Because Fred was my best friend.
Second one was
Trace out. I'm just tired of this Dan Orlovsky person right now. Not letting me say my love letter to Eli. Bye, Eli. I love you.
You said you was bringing it next week.